So I guess at this time I get to introduce my great friend, Dustin Johnson. I guess I'm getting emotional about you. I don't know why, but it's just like everything. This kid means a lot to me. When I started this game in 2012, I rang his phone in the morning, and usually when he woke up that night, he usually works best late at night, he was helping me make this game what it is. So you guys need to thank this kid right here. He's the young Shriner from Texas. We call him DJ, we call him a lot of things, but I can tell you he's doing a great job. So Dustin, it's all you, buddy.
Thank you, Eric. Certainly tough act to try to follow that emotional speech, as well as Connor and Savannah. Had the chance to see Connor on several of our national commercials in airports all across the country in my travels, so it's great to have the opportunity to finally meet him and his family in person tonight. I want to first begin simply by thanking the Shriners here in Central Illinois for putting this event together and for thinking enough of me to invite me back. I had the opportunity to be a part of this event here 3 years ago, and it was a great experience then, and certainly this time around has been very worthwhile as well. I would also like to recognize all the Shriners from all across the state of Illinois who have come together now for 42 years to make this event a reality and to really use the game of football as a platform to advance the mission of Shriners Hospitals for Children. For the past almost 100 years now, our organization has provided life-saving and life-changing care to more than 1.2 million children from countries all around the world. We take a tremendous amount of pride in being able to say that throughout that period of time, we've carried out our mission regardless of the family's ability to pay for the services that we provide. And every single year, there are a handful of reasons as to why we're able to both say and do just that. And one of those reasons is sports, as it provides us with the platform to share our story with communities all across the country. For 91 years now, we've hosted the nation's longest running college all-star football game, the East-West Shrine Game, which is televised nationally on the NFL Network every January. For the past decade, we've hosted a PGA Tour event in Las Vegas, which is broadcast worldwide on the Golf Channel. And even as recently as last year, we officially added collegiate baseball to the mix, partnering with the Astros Foundation in Houston, Texas, to host college baseball teams from across the country and a televised event on MLB Network. But I think that for our organization, at the heart of it all, these local events like this one here this week in Bloomington is just as important as any national initiative that we have, if not for the sole reason as for what it means to the people involved. Because I don't believe that there's anything quite like the heart of a volunteer, and I don't believe that there's anything quite like seeing communities come together to help support a cause that's so much greater than any one person. Through my role for Shriners, I've been very fortunate in my life to have had the opportunity to work with professional sports organizations and professional athletes on a regular basis. And one of the most remarkable people that I've ever had the chance to spend time around is Coach Joe Gibbs, which for those of you in the room who may not know who Coach Gibbs is, he won 3 Super Bowl championships as the head coach of the Washington Redskins, and then went on to win 4 NASCAR Sprint Cup championships as the owner of his own race team. And for anyone that's ever had the chance to spend even the shortest amount of time around Coach Gibbs, you might have overheard him say that people who enjoy what they are doing invariably do it well. And as I sat up here tonight alongside Eric, I really looked around the room and thought to myself just how accurate that statement on behalf of Coach Gibbs was. I look at the players in the room and I think to myself that you guys must enjoy what you do because invariably you do it well. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here with us this weekend and have been asked to participate in this All-Star game. I look at the coaches in the room. You guys must enjoy what you do because invariably you do it well. Being a leader of young men, you have the respect of your peers in the Coaches Association to have been asked to coach in tomorrow's game. But I also think that that same thought process carries over to the parents in the room. You guys must enjoy what you do in being a support system and a #1 fan for your kids because invariably you've all done it quite well. And I say that truly, very sincerely for having the opportunity to be around so many of them this week, but also because I know that this week is not in recognition of a standout senior year in high school. Sorry. It got tired of me talking. Just saying that this event, I think, in my opinion, is a recognition of not just a senior year in high school, but really a lifelong commitment to the game of football on behalf of both the players and their families. I can only begin to imagine the number of early mornings and late nights that you've had taking kids to and from practice, the number of long weekends that you've spent traveling all across the state of Illinois, chasing the bright lights of Friday night. So I definitely wanted to take a moment to recognize the parents and even the brothers and the sisters in the room that have joined their older brothers, younger brothers in that journey. I think it's something very quite remarkable to be a part of, helping shape those men to the people that they are today. I think that if Coach Gibbs were here with us tonight, I think he would look at the players in the room that we have, and he would tell them that while he hopes that you have the opportunity to play college football a year from now, or professional football 4 years from now, that 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, we'll all still be playing in the greatest game of all, and that's the game of life. And in that game, we're all in it together as teammates, and as teammates, we're very fortunate to have a very loving head coach in God who has left us with a remarkable game plan or a playbook to guide and direct our lives by, and that's the Bible. So I would challenge each of you as you head off this weekend into the next chapter of your life, and if you haven't done so already, you take the time to craft your own game plan and figure out how to use the gifts that God has given you to make a positive difference in someone else's life. It could be a platform of football, it could be education, it could be business, church, family, whatever it might be. I would challenge you all to take the gifts that you've been given and use them to try to make that positive difference. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to see 83 recent high school graduates see firsthand just how a little bit of time and a little bit of effort can go such a long way in making that positive difference in someone else's life as they visited patients at Shriners Hospitals for Children in Chicago. They took the time to play wheelchair basketball, they played ping pong, they played video games. They just sat and talked with some kids that were going through some very difficult situations in their life. And even if it was just for an hour, they put those kids at the center of their world, and it truly made a very positive difference, and hopefully a lifelong memory for the players that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. As we were leaving the hospital, I overheard some of the guys talking to themselves about what their favorite experience of the day was, and how the opportunity to visit the hospital was unlike anything that they thought it would be. The building itself, it didn't look like a hospital. The inside of it didn't feel like a hospital. And they began to talk about what their favorite parts of our hospital was, places that they got to see along the tour. And it reminded me of a young girl from just outside of St. Louis, Missouri, by the name of Katie Ladman, who several of the Shriners here might know. At the age of 12, Katie had a very tough decision to make in her life. She was diagnosed with a vascular condition in her leg that caused a tremendous amount of pain, really put her on the sidelines of life. She couldn't play the sports that she loved. And she had the decision at age 12 to either amputate or to have a permanent fusion. And Katie chose amputation. And we had our groundbreaking ceremony for a brand new Shriners Hospital for Children in St. Louis to replace a building that was built 90 years ago. And Katie spoke to a group of Shriners and talked about how she would really miss that old hospital that she first got the chance to be a patient at. And she would really miss her favorite place inside of that hospital, which was the front entrance to the lobby, specifically the set of automatic sliding glass doors, which when you first think about that, it's kind of an interesting choice as to why that would be her favorite place, but she told all of us that that was her favorite place because it's where her and her family came to Shriners Hospitals for Children looking for answers to questions. And just a couple of days later, they left through the same set of doors that they came in through into a new world full of opportunity. And that made me think back to myself about the 125,000 kids that come in and out of the doors of all 22 Shriners Hospitals for Children locations throughout North America. You think about the moms and the dads that step foot inside, afraid that their son or daughter may not survive a tragic accident. You think about the fear that they have that their child may not have the opportunities to be able to live out the dreams that they'd always hoped for. And just like Katie, coming inside Shriners Hospitals for Children through those sliding glass doors, they were able to walk back out just a few days, a few weeks, a few months later in certain situations with a new sense of hope that's been restored and with the confidence to go out and achieve anything that they set their minds to. And while some people might say that's a testament to an internationally respected team of medical professionals at Shriners Hospitals, I think it has every bit to do with people just like you who have joined us here this week to so generously give of your time, of your talent, of your resources to help bring our mission to life each and every single day. So for that, we truly are grateful. We thank you for being here with us tonight. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow back here on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan. And to the players in the room, certainly wish you all the best in your next chapter of life. Thank you all.